Hello, welcome. First of all, I'd just like to acknowledge that this land on which we meet today is the stolen, unceded traditional lands of the Kaurna people, and we respect their spiritual relationship with country. They are the custodians of the Adelaide region, and their cultural and heritage beliefs are still as important to the living Kaurna people today. We also pay respects to elders, past and present, and any First Nations people attending from other areas of South Australia, Australia, and the world. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land. Welcome to A Tribute to Self-Love, the singles launch. That's correct. That's the correct response right there. This is specifically for the songs I'm Here and With All Your Scars by Joey Haynen, Sage Wild, and Alysha Herman. I am Yozzy. I will be your darling, beautiful host for this evening. Whether you're here as a friend or a fan, or you just happen to be here at the Wheaty on a beautiful, lovely night, you found yourselves among us. So hello. You are in for a wonderful night. Before we launch these singles, we have some other treats in store for you. Sage, Alysha, and Joey will perform some of their own original songs and poems to kick us off. And then we have Sam Wannen, a dear friend of ours, gracing our stage too. So, without further ado, please give a lovely warm welcome to our first performer tonight, Sage Wild.
I wrote this poem ages ago. I write a lot of poems, and obviously tonight's all about loving yourself. And a lot of mine are just really angry at the world, and this one kind of is as well. But it's also about loving myself. So here we go. My body, my rules. My body, my rules. My body, my rules. Mind, body, body rules. Mind and body, I rule. I do. I am mountains and valleys, wide open scapes. I bend, I jiggle, I grow out my body hair. I take up fucking space. And no one can tell me, no one can tell me. You can't tell me that I am not a divine being. That me standing here, breathing here, being vulnerable here, having strength in the here and now is not a goddamn miracle. So praise me, raise me up, and re-raise myself, the self I was, am today, will be tomorrow, have always been, and erase the bullshit that we've all internalized within media, within outdated fucking gender roles, within capitalism. Money. I am not money. I am not a transaction. I will not be made to hate myself. My body, my rules. So you can make a buck? I buck back. So fuck the notion. Fuck the idea that I am a mistake. All of me and all of you, we aren't wrong. The whole damn system is wrong. And I refuse for one, for the many, for the rest of this life, this precious, precarious, painful, magical mother of a life, I will not be held back by standards I didn't set in the first place for my body. My rules, my body. My body, my rules. So get out of my fucking house, my home, my head and heart space. When I'm in the shower, when I look into a mirror, your made up, paradoxical, impossible to reach and hold onto standards don't belong there. I belong there, and I belong here. I am here, and how I choose to dress, to speak, to love, create, to change, to grow is my choice. I'm in my lane, and I'm not hurting anyone. Rigid thinking hurts everyone. My presence makes you uncomfortable? Not my problem. Your feelings, your responsibility. My body, my rules. So get out of my head. My body, my rules. Get out of my space. My body, my rules. Love me or stay out of my way, myself included. Mind and body, I fucking rule. And so do all of you.
Hello, I'm Alysha. We're going to talk more about the singles later on in the night, but I wanted to share. I'm going to share a couple of things. The first thing I'm going to share is called "The Core," and it's a song that I wrote for one of my very dear friends a couple of years ago. She was going through some really big challenges, some mental health challenges, and she was really struggling. And she reached out to a couple of us, a small group of us, and said, "Will you be my core? Will you be the people that are next to me and carry me through this?" And so she created a Facebook group chat called The Core, and this song is kind of about that. I am an emerging musician, so I haven't learnt how to play any instruments yet, so I'm just going to sing this particular one unaccompanied. And the burden of the days we didn't choose is pulling its weight all over you. And I'll wait here at the counter as long as you need. But it's you who has to learn to breathe. Breathe up all the air. Breathe up all the air. You can. You can. Slip into the fight. It's gonna be alright. Hold back the fear. We'll be right here. And the days unravel slowly, lead in your throat. I need you to stay right here with me. It's a lonely little segue away from what you want, but nothing is ever set in stone. Breathe up all the air. Breathe up all the air. You can. You can. And the ways we find tomorrow are each of ours alone. We struggle on in silence, on a journey never home. But I'll be here when you're ready, and we'll dance in the rain and finally let go of the pain. So Sage, who shared a poem with us to kick off the night, founded this beautiful event called Potluck, which happens in the Riverland, and it's an event where it's kind of like an open mic, but we also commission a few people to create original things. And the vibe of Potluck and the culture that Sage has created around Potluck is this idea of like, just get up and give it a go. It's okay to be shit. In fact, we need to sometimes embrace being a bit shit and a bit messy and a bit imperfect. So always trying to channel a bit of that. And in the spirit of allowing ourselves to be a bit messy and a bit imperfect, and also asking for help and needing each other. We always need each other. I'm also going to share with you a poem that I started writing on Wednesday on New Year's Day and finished this afternoon. So it's still a draft, so next time you hear it, it will probably be cut to within an inch of its life and polished to the point that it's unrecognisable. But tonight you get to hear the raw version and the first version. I think the poem will probably speak for itself. It's not very subtle. It's pretty direct. But there is something that I do want to say before I share it, and it's that everything we do or don't do is political. Vulnerability is political, self-care is political, hope is political, love is political. And we all have different thresholds of comfort, especially around how political we think we are or we think we can be. But ultimately, we are all on this planet together here, now, in this moment, and that means something. Anyway, I think, like I said, the poem speaks for itself. I don't know if this is its final title, but for now, I've called it The Other Side of This Screen. I've been thinking about the lists of all the things we should have been and should have done, the to-do lists and abandoned resolutions, the unanswered text messages and the sharp corners of not being enough in our own eyes, The too much takeout, not enough steps. The I haven't called my mum in 6 months. The are we even still friends? I've been thinking about doom scrolling other people's wars late at night until we're breathless with the weight of doing nothing, flags hanging impotent on a still day, and the ways we can't seem to reach forward with closed doors and history books burning in our hands, but skin always fresh and dewy, ready for a new tutorial, starving ourselves with could have, would have, should have. While spiders guard the cookbooks and the person we were yesterday huddles in a corner still trying to recover because we've never given them the tools or the time. Just rushing to the next disaster, the next goal, filling up the bucket, overflowing the cup, mixed metaphors on repeat, because we do not know who we are until we look in the mirror someone else makes for us. I've been thinking about the kids I see dressed as carbon copies, about how they're all too young to know what carbon copies actually are, adding that CC and BCC to emails without any context for history. I'm thinking about the words we put into the mouths of children, unwanted and unasked for gifts. And I'm wondering what kind of hate has to linger in our hair to keep dropping bombs, to keep erasing names, to steal a whole history in real time and on repeat, live streamed to everyone with an iPhone and an internet connection. Don't turn away. I'm guilty, you're guilty, we're all guilty. Of getting up every morning without thinking about how hard history had to fight for us to even be here. I'm drowning in ghosts, and there's not enough oxygen for both of us. But they say to put your own mask on first, because if you're already dead, you're dead, and you can't help anyone if you're dead. Ghosts can't save the living. Only the living can save the living, but the ghosts remind us what's at stake, what's worth fighting for. Only the living can save the living, but history is part of living. Part of being alive in this moment is understanding how we got here. And that's more than a quick Google search and doom scrolling your favourite social media app until 4 a.m. It's being in the conversation. It's sitting together in the difficulty and the discomfort. It's setting out from the safe harbour. It's reaching out for each other. It's reaching out for each other. Because I'm thinking, I can't do this alone. Any of this, being alive, making things better, I can't do this alone. I need you. And I'm now going to invite the gorgeous Joey up to the microphone to ease us a bit more gently with some songs.
I gotta lift this shit up a bit high, you know. Nah, it's so good. I'm just like freakishly tall. Oh shit. Okay, there we go, we got it, hey? Hi everyone, my name is Joey. I'm going to share some songs with you tonight. The first one I'm going to share is called The Head I Love. It was actually commissioned by, Alysha was mentioning Potluck before, and this was a piece that was commissioned by like Potluck and those guys, and I guess it's all a little bit about how do you come to terms with not getting or not being able to know everything, and that's okay, and I guess getting to learn to love the head that's up there, even if it's not perfect. And this is the song. What if after all these years I have nothing left to say? I'm a burden for a cause, but a burden all the same. What if I'm not built for this? I don't think I ever was. I'm safe before the war. I'm strong until I'm not. Oh, can I stop asking questions? Can I just be enough? What if I stop asking questions? Will I finally know enough to be happy with myself and with the head I get to love? What if there's no solid ground? Am I collapsing in vain as weight can to the sun, as the shore can to a wave? Oh, can I stop asking questions? Can I just be enough? What if I stop asking questions? Will I finally know enough to be happy with myself and with the head I get to love? What if I'm just simply enough? There's no need to drown in shame. Well, that's what I'm trying to learn. It's okay, I'm not to blame. Cheers, thank you. That was the head I love. Yeah, one more song, I just gotta chew. Bear with me. I should have bought a second guitar, but that's alright. Things you should have thought about in hindsight, hey? And I would tell you about the next song while I'm doing this, but I can't multitask. Oh, close, but not really. Okay, so I'm gonna actually try and tune and play the talk about it at the same time. The next song I'm gonna play is called Bliss, and Bliss I wrote about a friend of mine who I guess like sometimes put themselves in like maybe not the best situations with the best people, and I guess didn't really sometimes know how to value their self-worth. And I guess this song is just about telling them that no matter the relationships or the people they're with or those kind of things, that them themselves is just simply bliss. And so this is Bliss, and I'm not sure. Wait, I'm gonna retune it again. I forgot my tuner as well, so I'm trying to do it off my iPad and it can't work. That'll do. Okay, here we go. This is Bliss. How far must you go to know the river meets the sea? And you just bang at doors before you think to use the key. You're spinning in self-loathing, illusion, insanity. Where are you steering? Your clay to be molded and folded by both fingers leering. Force mountains to move, there's nothing to prove. You just exist, and it's simply bliss. I know you're burned, strain under the weight of all the lives you could live, and I see pain start at your skin with sandpaper kisses of love you just forgive. You're spinning in self-loathing, illusion, insanity. Look where you're steering. Your clay being molded and folded by both fingers leering. Force mountains to move, there's nothing to prove. You just exist, and it's simply bliss. And these are all the words I have for you, but they can't change people's ways. Uncover your soul, you have so much to do. So on this earth, you just have to stay. Stop spinning in self-loathing, illusion, insanity. Look where you're steering. Your clay to be molded and folded into a new meaning. Force mountains to move, there's nothing to prove. You just exist, and it's simply bliss. And it's simply bliss. Cheers, thank you guys. I think we're gonna have Sam come up now and play some songs, then we're gonna come back and do the singles for you, and then we'll have a little break, come back for another set and do some more stuff for you. So it's gonna be good. Anyways, I'd like to welcome Sam up now. Do a shuffle, a little switcheroo. Let me put this in the stand. There you go.
G'day everyone. I'm Sam. I'm going to do just one song. I wrote this one as a bit of a tribute to a number of friends that passed away, as a bit of a thinking about grief and how that sort of sometimes just the end chapter to love and then what it means carrying on after that. So, yeah. Catch my breath first. There's a thread, color faded, and I'm sewn up by so many hands. You know that grief is rearranging who I thought I was and who I am. There's a possum by the window. He's been there since I was 8 years old. He was taken queuing far too young, but now I hear him in a scuttle on the roof. Empty chair now, where a child once had sat. There's a sadness, but I hold it in my threads that I wear. There's a colors changing, and I'm sewn up by so many hands. I remember Gabriel living bravely, purple memories, fire nights, another home. Now he's an eagle over a hilltop, and his family are my family, and I feel him in every purple thread I wear. There's a thread, color changing, and I'm sewn up by so many hands. You know the patterns of their life are shifting and rearranging who I was and who I am. In every dice roll there's a little girl playing D&D, and in the camera lens there's a kind and angsty teen, and on my phone there's a friend I made from overseas. They're all gone now, but I hold them in my seams. And my best friend, he's been gone just over a year now, but I feel him, see him everywhere that I turn. And it pains me to wonder if he knew just how much I loved him. There's a ball of yarn sewn deep in my skin. Well, there's a thread, color blazing, and I'm sewn up by so many hands. You see the patterns of their life all rearranging who I thought I was and who I am, who I was and who I am. Thank you. I don't know who's coming up next, but someone will tell you. Thank you.
Hey. Thank you, Sam, so much. You got me crying. And to all of our performers thus far, big round of applause for everyone. I can do things. Okay, well, that was quite the way to kick off the night and the new year. Thank you, script. Loving yourself can be a real challenge. It comes in waves and it looks different everyone. For example, loving myself looks like soaking in a bath for 4 hours until the water is no longer mostly water. Sometimes self-love is going for a walk even when you don't want to go for a walk, so you walk in your PJs. Hopefully you wear PJs. Sometimes self-love is telling embarrassing facts about yourself in front of people you'll never see again. Now it's time. I've set the mood. I'm Here and With All Your Scars were originally written back in July 2021 under the loving hand-holding and mentorship of the celebrated Nancy Bates, who, if you stick around for our second set, will be gifting all our stage presence to the stage later tonight. And it was in brackets, so I had to say it that way. And I've lost my place. Look at everyone. Look at everyone. Back to the script. In November 2023, the songs were recorded with local treasure and award-winning educator Annie Siegman as producer. I'm Here and With All Your Scars were written and recorded as part of Headspace Berry's project, The Future of Here, And now, that was also in brackets, so I had to. The future of here and now, and the singles launch, mentoring, and event here at the Wheaty, produced by Part of Things, were both made possible by the Australian Government's Regional Arts Fund, which supports the arts in regional and remote Australia. These two songs are a reminder that you are enough just as you are. They're about acceptance on the journey it takes to find power in loving yourself. Are you all ready to hear these singles live? All right, continue to put your hands together for Joey, Sage, and Alysha.
Do you want to say a few things?
Joey just asked me if I wanted to say a few things, and I mostly just want to tell everyone I'm really fucking nervous. And if you're in the front row, I may throw up on you.
At least it's true.
You talking shit, Soap Comedy?
Some say too much.
Sage has given me lots of sass before. I was like, can you get my iPad? And she was like, no, you can't get my, I'm not
The
going to get
more
your
nervous
iPad.
I am, the sassier I get. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I need some time, dear, to figure it out, how to get down with a house in my head. I won't board up the windows yet. I need that cool breeze. I need to breathe and trust the process. 'Cause if I won't love me, then I'll stay lonely. I've got all I need. I hear. We've all been hurt before. We pull up the roots that rot, replanting my terracotta pot. And I speak sun and trees and feel the red ground. I witness the sounds of heart in your beat. 'Cause if I won't love me, then I'll stay lonely. I've got all I need right here. I am golden free. No one's got a hold of me. 'Cause I've got all I need. I'm here. We've all got flaws, peak falls and more. I deserve health to hold dreams, love and wealth. I'll take the dive. Well, I've got nothing to prove. Read me the bed and dream I'll meet you ahead of my time.
And I didn't you.
I'll say a few things on there. Yeah.
Always too much talking, too much earnest. That's Alysha's vibe. I just wanted to reiterate how grateful we are to Country Arts SA, Regional Arts Australia and the Regional Arts Fund, because this whole project wouldn't exist without them. And although in some ways it feels kind of daggy to like talk about funding and funders, actually if without that the arts doesn't happen. And it's really easy sometimes to forget how important some of those things are when we're worrying about housing stress or wars or all the shit stuff happening in this country. But music, art making, connection, these things are medicine and magic, and if we don't invest in them, we don't have them. And when we're talking about... and, you know, these two singles are about self-love, right? And all of that is an act of resistance. Art is an act of resistance, so we need to invest in it, and we need to make sure it happens. So I hope that you'll think about that when you're at the voting polls in the next couple of years. But just on the history of these two songs, right? So we sat in a room, or we sat in the Monash Hall actually in the Riverland. Joey and I and Sage, we're all from the Riverland. So Sam is an honorary Riverlander, has recently moved to the Riverland in the last couple of years as the Artistic Director of Riverland Youth Theatre, which I also wanted to acknowledge because all three of us, Sage, Joey and I, have all been connected to Riverland Youth Theatre as young people. I actually met Sage when Sage was a teenage participant in after-school drama classes that I was tutoring with the person who's now my husband. And that's how we met and fell in love as well, in the foyer. I met Joey when Joey was a kid going to after-school drama classes. And all three of us have been employed by that company as adults as well. So we've been given opportunities because of that company. And I just think that's so important to acknowledge. So Sam has one of the most important jobs in the world because he's there nurturing the next generations of artists from our community. And the Riverland is so, so special and important to me. And that's one of the reasons that although this is the official launch event of these songs, we actually did perform them live in October at the Monash Hall at a potluck. So Sage couldn't be there, unfortunately, because of some other commitments, but Joey performed I'm Here solo and accompanied me on the guitar for With All Your Scars. It was really important to us that we took that song back to where it was born, which is that hall that we sat in with Nancy way back in 2021 and made these songs. And Nancy's prompt to us was, I want you to go away. She put us into pairs. I want you to go away and I want you to write a song about loving yourself and accepting yourself. And that's where these two songs came from. So I'm Here, which you just heard, was co-written by Sage and Joey in the front room of the Monash Hall. And in fact, originally that version was on piano and has been rewritten, I think 3 times maybe, and then recorded last year at Northern Sound Systems. And With All Your Scars, which we're about to perform for you, I co-wrote with Christopher Sindos, who gave us his blessing for Joey and I to record it last year at Northern Sound Systems. So it's been quite a long journey, and again, which speaks to the funding thing, right? Like that's actually why it took so long, because we had to find the money to do the things. And I think that's important to acknowledge too, is that if people had unlimited resource and support, we could make more art happen more quickly, right? So just putting that out there for the live stream. So yeah, I just wanted to especially thank Christopher, who isn't here tonight, but was at the performance that we did at Potluck, to share it with us, as I said, taking it back to where it was born, on the lands of River Murray and Mallee people, Irrawadden country, which I also want to acknowledge. That's the place that's my home and my heart, and my past, my present and my future, even though I currently live 5 hours away. Weird, I know, but anyway. I also want to acknowledge and thank the beautiful Yoz for being our MC. Can we have a little cheer? Yoz is not from the Riverland, which makes them a little bit less cool. However, they did hook up with Shay, who's from the Riverland, so they kind of Riverland by association. And we love them and adore them. Anyway, I think that's enough of me trying to procrastinate away from having to sing you the song. So let's sing the song.
When the rain gets in, deep inside your skin, I should learn to forgive.
find again how to live. When the rain falls hard and the voices start, look inside your heart, let the loving start. You are enough. You deserve to be loved for all that you are, with all of your scars. There's a bit of piano in here if you stream the song. You're full of grace, such a beautiful face. Find some love for yourself in this darkened place. When it's dark and cold, feel I'm growing old. Time is on your side, let the fear subside. You are enough. You deserve to be loved for all that you are, with all of your scars. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. 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 We're going to be taking a short break, but come back after that because you're going to hear the incredible Nancy Bates, who's going to join us on stage. We're going to play the singles for you again. Now you know the words, so you better sing along with us. But go and grab a drink. We'll see you soon.